Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us on Citizen Live at 1. Matatu and border operators in Kuria in Migori County have taken to the streets to protest the poor condition of the Migori-Kihanti Road. The residents have expressed their disappointment in the performance of the national and county government in addressing their concerns about poor road infrastructure in the area.
For a long time now, Kuria residents have been complaining about the bad state of the road in the area. Angered by the lack of action in addressing their concerns, they took to the streets to make their voices heard.
Sisi kama bodaboda wa pikipiki tumeumia sana. Tunakata ushuru kila wiki, lakini barabara yenye tuko nayo kweli yenye tunakatia ushuru hatuioni. Kuanzia chini, kuanzia Migori mpaka ufike Ntimari hatuna barabara.
The early morning incident brought all business to a halt as the angered residents demanded to know why the Migori County government has not repaired the road despite their complaints to the relevant offices.
Tumejaribu, tulinunua barabara imeshindikana. Sisi ni kama sio wa Kenya hapa.
Speaking during the demonstration, the local Matatu Owners Association chairman said that the road has not only affected bodaboda operators but also Matatu operators, with many vehicles ending up in the garage due to frequent breakdowns. They now want the county government to urgently repair the road since it's a crucial link road and its poor state has seriously affected business in the area. Eunice Mwai for Citizen Live at 1.
3 nominated members of the Nyeri County Assembly from the National Alliance Party have lodged an appeal against a judgment that nullified their nomination. Mary Wairimo, Joseph Kingori and Regina Wanjiro filed the appeal under certificate of urgency before Justice James Wakiaga of the Nyeri High Court, challenging a judgment delivered last week on Thursday by the Chief Magistrate Wilbroda Juma on the nomination of 13 TNA MCAs in Nyeri, saying their selection was invalid. The Chief Magistrate then ordered that the nominations be done afresh. The embattled MCAs, however, asked the High Court to issue stay orders restraining the execution of the magistrate's judgment, contending that if the ruling is executed, they stand to suffer a substantial loss, including losing their seats, positions and privileges at the County Assembly. With schools around the country increasing school fees, citing inflation, a school in Nyeri is considering reducing school fees by nearly 20% following the successful implementation of income-generating projects. Odaya Boys High School has utilized most of its land on agricultural projects that not only produce food for students so that the school does not have to buy from suppliers, but also bring in income so that they do not have to ask their parents for huge sums of infrastructure development.
Vast open fields are filled with green leafy vegetables and bear the hallmarks of a successful farming business. Only that this farm doesn't belong to a farmer running a lucrative enterprise, but it's instead being run by a group of students determined to have the proceeds from the bowels of the earth translate into a cushion against rising school fees. This is Odaya Boys High School in Nyeri, where students have turned to farming to substitute the school's income following a realistic proposal that will see them reduce their fees from 22,000 shillings to 18,000 shillings and have the farm produce fill up the deficit.
These projects are good in that, one, they supplement the school budget. And if you may look at the tea farm, it supplements because we get some money at the end of the year, which goes to the infrastructure development.
The 5-stream school with 930 boys is built on a 25-acre piece of land, with about a fifth of the land being occupied by school buildings and staff quarters, while the remainder is occupied by a tea farm, a zero-grazing dairy unit with a biogas digester that has seen the school reduce its use of firewood, a piggery, fish ponds and a horticultural unit that ensures the school is well supplied with green vegetables. The principal says all the efforts in cost-cutting are meant to cushion poor students so that they do not have to send any students home for lack of fees. Evelyn Omboy, Citizen Live at 1.
Now let's turn to this week's edition of What It Takes, a weekly segment that focuses on the nuts and bolts of running simple businesses. Now our focus this week turns to the business of selling second-hand shoes and clothes. And here we meet Julius Gutu, who runs a second-hand shoe stall at Nairobi's Toy Market and now gives us a first-hand account of what it takes to run a clothing store.
My name is Julius Gutu, and this is what it takes to start a second-hand clothes or goods stalls. First of all, you have to identify the place where you will sell the goods. Second, you have to know where to get the goods and who are your target groups. To start such a business as this, you need a capital of around 20 to 30,000 on the maximum, and from that, the business will grow by itself. To start a stall in such a place as this, it ranges from 2,000 and to 6,000 to the maximum, and it all depends with the kind of the stall, the place it is, and the owner of the stall. When you have a stall here at the entrance of the market, every person who is entering the market will be able to see your good. We have an advantage of the impulse buyers rather than the people who are inside at the middle of the market. In this market, we don't have an annual license. We pay a weekly receipt worth 50 shillings in every stall. On every week, we pay around 200. So we prefer the way we pay it rather than the license. But eventually, the whole amount a year, it's worth the same license. So it's like we still pay to the city council. In this market, we have three ranges of kinds of goods. There are shoes. There are people who have concentrated on their clothes, and the other kind of a business is the households. We prefer the ladies' goods, shoes and the clothes, because they have a higher demand and they go faster. We get them from Gikomba, and also from Gikomba, the goods, it all depends with the condition of the goods and the quality of the good. To stock the shoes, it goes from 500 to 1,000 from the market. But it will take you maybe from 30,000 to around 50,000 and a maximum of 80. Like this, the whole of this stock, it can cost you around 80 to 100K. On a good month, I can be able to get a profit of a maximum to around 60,000. But on a bad month, you can go as low as 10 to 15,000. The major challenge is we specialize on the ladies' shoes. And the ladies' shoes, they change the fashion very quickly. So you can get a good in bulk at the Gikomba, and when they get here, they delay maybe for a month or two, and they are out of fashion. And from that point, your goods are irrelevant even to the market. So they will remain as a dead stock. If you'd like to establish such a stall, all you need is identify a selling product and the market, and that's what it takes to own a stall.
And it's on that enterprising note that we wind up Citizen Live at 1. But our extended coverage of today's major news events continues. You want to keep it here. Terry Anchebet, Francis Gashuri and Michael Igunza will be joining us later to cover the budget proceedings live from Parliament. And also time to kick off now our Viva World Cup coverage in Studio B, where Michael Kenyi is standing by with Wahiga Maora as well. For me, it's bye-bye. I'll see you on Citizen Live at 9 tonight. Have a good afternoon.